So you see this guy right here, right? Yeah, this guy. The guy everybody's afraid of. Because a lot of people say that he's hard. But 9 times out of 10, people that say bosses are hard is because they're underprepared. But not in this case. You see, I was already riding high because I have finally achieved the build when I was just straight up destroying everything in my path with little effort. And I was trying to do combos as well. And then I was like, you know what? I need a challenge. I'm kind of getting bored of these bosses. Let me attempt the so-called boogeyman of the early games. And that's exactly what I did. And you know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm prepared. I have 85 defense. I have level 5 crit. Well, level 7. You know, how hard can this actually be? You know, I was feeling myself. But boy, I was wrong. So yeah, he destroyed me. This fucking bastard right here destroyed me. And it's just not only that. Also, he has another mechanic as the fight progresses, which makes the fight even worse. But more on that later, man. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Mola Gaming here. We are back with another video for you guys today. Now, before we start, I hope everybody's doing good. You know, actually, I was supposed to be playing Samsung, whatever the hell that game is called. I don't know if it's Samsung, like the phone, whatever. I was supposed to be playing that, but Crimson Desert just doesn't let me play anything else. Like, it does not. I'm hopefully next week when Pragmata comes out, I just stop playing this. But I think I'm like, what, 62 hours in? Am I around there somewhere? Since my last video last week, I played like about 30 more hours. But yeah, I just been hooked on this. I can't stop playing it. It's just impossible for me. But moving on, here we are. Before we start, I hope everybody's doing good. Let's get to it. So I was basically a god. Unkillable. I have really high defense. I think right now, I'm like at 91, around there. Plus, I also have level 6 damage reduction, level 9 coming soon. But yeah, I was fighting mobs by myself. I could just stand there and not even die. And then this guy just came out of nowhere and just started humbling. It was a very humbling experience. And then at first, my dumbass tried to go in there just straight up hands, like just random, like no setup, no anything. I thought I could take him with my, but you need ice resistance. You need ice resistance at least level 11 because he just freezes you anytime you get. And once you get frozen, it's like his damage multi-fucking-plies. It just starts one-shotting you. Like, Jesus Christ. I remember I retried like 6 times and back to back, first attack, I'm dead. Like, not even a joke. First attack, I am dead. Dead. Just dead. So then, eventually, I'm like, you know what? It's probably because I'm not ready. Let me just get and actually prep. Let me actually prep for this fight. And then I tried prepping for the fight. And then, you know what happened? And then... And then, and then, and then, and then, and it was just endless, endless. I was just losing my mind. Yo, I have recording here of like, it's like, I have 2 recordings, 1 hour each. That's how long it took me to beat this bastard. This how long it took me beating this bastard. Not even using pills. Not even using revive pills. Because in the middle of the fucking fight, he wanna summon the motherfucking refs, and then these refs just don't do nothing but mess up your fucking aim, so then you can't aim at the damn boss. Who thought that was a good idea? Who? They're just there to get in your way, and then you're trying to lock onto the boss and you can't, and then you get frozen, and then you get one-shotted. I hate this fucking boss. But eventually, I finally started learning the patterns. And then guess what happens? He just one-shots me. And then he has this one move right there that he just annihilates you. He annihilates you. Like, there's nothing you can do. But then, as I'm learning the patterns, right, I figure out when he does not charge his attack, like when he does his white sword hit, you block the first hit and then dodge the second one. Once you dodge the second one, you should recuperate enough spirit to get either a heavy attack with R1, R2, or RBRT, or I don't know how it is in the computer. You're able to land that, and if you have enough spirit, you could imbue your element. Now, I think that is the best way to fight this guy, because if you want to fight him straight up, he has an insane amount of health, like an insane amount of health. And I have level 7 crit on my weapons. It does 32 damage because it has 2 attack 9s, and it has a crit level 3, I think it is crit. Yeah, it has crit level 3. I also have the crit from the necklace, and then I have a crit. I forgot from what else. There's something else giving me crit. So I have level 7 crit. So I do a decent amount of damage. Like, I do a lot of damage. And I was just not even... I was doing like probably 1% of the... 1% of damage every time I hit him. So when you do heavy attack, it goes from like 1 to like 5%. If I'm being honest, he does have a really big health pool. I think this boss is cranked, like I'm telling you. Now, I don't know if in the early game there's a way to get level 15 ice resistant. What I was doing was I was just using the drink that they sell in Hernand. They sell this drink in the bar where you do the arm wrestling, and then that drink gives you +2 ice resistance, so it takes you from 13 to 15, and then you have to do that every 30 seconds. And then there's another one. There's actually like a tea that's every minute. And then there's actual food that gives you, as you're healing, it also gives you a minute. So that is like one way to combat freezing, because if not, he is just gonna keep freezing you. And then it takes like about 3 hits of like 3 button presses to get out of the freezing. But by that time, you're dead. Like, there's nothing. Yo, you could have the most health. I had health level 6 when I was doing this fight, and he was still one-shotting me. And then once I got the frost armor, because that's another thing, the fucking frost armor, you cannot increase the defense. So I had less defense with the frost armor than what I did with the DLC armor. Because with the DLC armor, the chest plate has 3 slots. The boots and the glove have 2 slots. And then the helmet has 1 slot. With the frost armor, the helmet doesn't have a slot. I believe the boots doesn't have a slot. And then the chest doesn't have... No, the boots have a slot. The chest and the helmet don't have a slot. So I lost about 18 defense and 3 damage reductions. No, I'm lying. 21 defense. Yeah, I lost about 21 defense and about 6 levels of damage reduction. And then he was just he was hitting me hard. Now, if I had my full defense with like my level 6 damage reduction with my level 95 defense, with the ice resistant level 15, I would have dog walked him. He wouldn't. I would have definitely dog walked his ass. Now, it's just bad. He. Now I'm gonna show you the difference now between when I fought him by my defense. Like, you guys can see my defense and my stats, as to when I finally beat him and I went back to my normal setup. But then I figured out that his armor that he drops has higher defense than the DLC armor at the same level, at the same refinement level. So I ended up going with that instead, which gives me like way more defense. It gives me way more stats. And but the only thing I don't like is his armor is fire resistance, which doesn't make sense since you fight him in the cold. So why would it have fire resist. I thought it was gonna have cold resistance. I don't know, man. I found that a little suspicious, you know. But it is what it is. If you're having trouble with this guy, he is very hard to beat. Really, really hard to beat. The only tips I can give you is, like I said before, when he puts his axe up and he like does that little power up thing, just move back, and then when he jumps at you with a double axe, just dodge to the right as he about to hit you. It is pretty easy to do. Like, it's really easy to do. And then when he does his 2 swipes and then he goes back and holds the sword, you block the first one, dodge the second one, and then you counter him. Because if you counter him with a heavy attack, it literally makes you immune to his third attack. And then when he does like his supercharge attack, make sure as he's starting his attack to dodge right twice, so you do the little roll. So you basically just dodging his attack. And then when he goes on the top, after he finishes that motion, he teleports on top of you, and he comes down with like a ice lane, like a ice whatever thing is, like it goes 3 ways. Just make sure he's about to hit the ground before you dodge right, because that one tracks you. But then when the raves come, it's like, oh, hell break loose. Like, there's nothing you can do against those raves. They're fucking annoying as hell. Like, they're really, really annoying. And those are just basically, whenever you can, and when the white dot is on him, hit down on the D-pad as soon as possible. Because that way, even if the raves, I keep saying the raves, however you spell that or pronounce that, they're going to be flying right on top of you. And there's going to be like about 10 of them. So if you have the white dot on the boss, make sure you actually target him by hitting D-pad down. Because if you do not target him, you're just going to be wasting time. And then it's going to happen just like me. Like, you're going to dodge his attack. Like, and then to counter, you're not going to be able to counter because you're not even going to aim at him. And then just the game is just, I don't know, bro. I feel like that part right there, at first I thought it was a glitch. Because at first I thought it was following me. You know? But no, it is part of the fight. He does summon them. Like, it's so stupid. Like, he summons them and then they just proceed to kick your ass. But anyways, man, if you found this video helpful, man, please drop a like. Also, hit the subscribe button. And I will probably check you guys out next time, man. Take care. Mola.